This time I'll call the Haywood County Schools Board of Education meeting to order. At this time I'd like to ask Mr. Jimmy Rogers if he would lead us in the board prayer, immediately followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise for the prayer.
Let us pray. Wonderful and kind, gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for allowing us to be here tonight. We want to thank you for the many blessings you bestowed upon us. Lord, we want to thank you for such a wonderful and great school system that we have here in Haywood County. Lord, thank you for the staff, for the children, for the parents, for the citizens, for our teachers that work so diligently and so hard. And again tonight, Lord, we will see many accomplishments that these children have done and gained in their education here in Haywood County Schools. Lord, we pray your guidance and direction upon this board as there's decisions to be made to help guide and direct our staff and help us to have the best school system possible and the best educators possible, and the future success of these children dependent upon their education here. Be with our county, be with our state, be with our country, and be with this world, Lord, for peace, guidance, and direction. Lord, let us give you the praise and the glory for it all. It's all in thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Under announcements, our next regular board meeting will be held here March 10th at 7 o'clock here at the ITC conference room. We also have the Mardi Gras fundraiser for Haywood County Schools Foundation, which goes back to the kids. It's Saturday, February 22nd at 6 p.m. at Laurel Ridge Country Club. See Miss Jenny Wood for tickets. Are there some available still? She says there's still some tickets available, so put that on your calendar. Any other announcements? There's one other that I do have. There's a Haywood County Schools Career Fair, February 12th. That's just a few days from now. February 12th, 9 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. at the Smoky Mountain Event Center. So make plans to be there for the Haywood County Schools Career Fair at the Smoky Mountain Event Center, February 12th, 9 a.m. to 2:15. Under agenda adjustments, I do have a couple of items so far. I've got one recognition that I would like to handle, and we can do it right before, right after number 20. We'll do it at, we'll call it 20A. Then I also have some recognition that Mr. Haynes, Dr. Haynes would like to take care of. We'll do it at the same time frame, 20B. Anything from building and grounds need to be added?
Yes, 14.
14 items?
Yes.
Okay. We'll do them, let's see, right prior to the monthly financial reports, if that'd be all right?
Yes, that'll be fine.
All right, 24. Don't let me skip over it. That sounds like a lot of stuff going on.
It is.
All right. Anything else need to be added?
Finance has one item.
One item for Finance Committee added to. We'll just do it at the regular monthly financial reports.
Put it on peanut.
All right, all right.
I'll take it.
Any other additions or changes? I need a motion for
Chairman,
approval.
I make a motion we approve the this February 10th meeting with the amendments as
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Rogers and a second from Mr. Nesbitt. Any questions or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. right, next is Ms. Wood.
Chairman Francis, members of the board, I'm so excited tonight to be able to introduce and recognize 5 girls that we had participate in the elementary honors chorus. And it's a lengthy process, so I have their teachers, Miss Debbie Coote and Miss Marna Dotson, here to explain that process.
Hello. Okay, the North Carolina Elementary Honors Chorus is an annual audition choir composed of 4th, 5th, and 6th grade students from across the state. This year, the choir was made up of 186 students, and Haywood County had 5 accepted into this state honors choir. Prior to being accepted into the choir, these students were selected to audition by their music teachers because of their music passion, talent, and dedication. Students rehearsed with their teachers and independently to learn the audition material. The audition results were released the week following Hurricane Helene, and it was a glimmer of musical joy in the midst of unprecedented destruction in our community. In November, these students and their families traveled to Winston-Salem to participate in the Honors Course event. They gained friendships, musical experience, and lifelong skills under the guidance of guest conductor Maria Pena. Maria exuded joy in the way she taught, teaching students to share joy and passion through learning and performing, and how to use their own joy to connect with others. Thank you to the families, teachers, and other staff that supported these students through this audition and performance process. These students are some of the top young singers in the state, and we are beyond proud of their achievement.
So from Hazelwood Elementary, we have Amara Messias. Oh, come on. If you wanna go around this way and then shake their hand, we'll take your picture. From Hazelwood, Madison Banks. Congratulations. From Riverbend, Lula Hill. We're sticking together. Congratulations. From Junaluska, Mathis Reeves. And from Junaluska, J.C. Fox. We are very proud of these girls.
Yeah, parents, if you want to slide up here, we'll hold them till you're done.
Next time, we'd like for them to sing when they come back.
All right.
Chairman Francis, members of the board, at this time we would like to recognize a Pisgah High School junior, Miss Jessie Ross, who was elected as the Western Region HOSA president in the fall of 2024. Why is this a big deal? Well, the Western Region consists of 16 counties and 20 registered chapters, with each chapter being represented by 2 voting delegates, and Jessie was honored to be voted in that role as the Western Region HOSA president. So we've got her here tonight with Miss Emily Wilson and Miss Stephanie Kirkendall sponsoring her. Do either of y'all want to say anything about Jessie?
My name's Emmy Lou, like you said. I'm in my 7th year as a CTE health science teacher. For the past 3 years, I've had the pleasure of getting to know this young lady as a student in my classroom and as a member of our HOSA organization. And she is the model student that you would want to have, the kind of kid you crave to be in your class. She is self-motivated, she is driven, she works hard. She steps up to any challenge, and I couldn't be more proud of her. We've been able to grow our organization this year to up to 35 members, and her and the other officers are a big part of that for getting out there and promoting our organization. She is the first one from Pisgah to apply and be elected as this regional position. She leads our local chapter as the president. She has aspirations of attending Columbia or Chapel Hill and wants to pursue a medical degree specializing in women's health and OBGYN. So I know from what I've seen and what Ms. Kirkendall has seen, she's going to be able to do anything she puts her mind to. So we are super proud for her to represent us.
Next, we have Ms. Kirby.
Good evening, Chairman Francis and members of the board. Tonight, we want to take a moment to recognize our National Board recipients for newly certified and for renewals. As you know, National Board certification is a rigorous process where teachers demonstrate their accomplished teaching and reflective practices by meeting the high standards set forth in the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards. This lengthy process can take between 1 to 3 years to complete. Approximately 22% of Haywood County Schools teachers are National Board certified. This is a huge honor for Haywood County Schools, and we are just so proud that our teachers go the extra mile for our students. I will now introduce Joy Solly, who is our National Board's coordinator. Joy facilitates the process for all of our Haywood County Schools teachers.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me here and for letting us recognize these teachers. I want to thank Central Office and the School Board for continuing to support National Board certification. North Carolina is the #1 state in the nation for National Board certified teachers. They've done research year after year, and students that are taught by National Board certified teachers earn up to 1 to 2 months of instructional time just because they're better teachers. So it's really awesome. I want to give you a little data and then we're going to move on. But the statistics for National Board certification for teachers to pass it the first time is 40%. But in Haywood County, our percentage is 86%. So we are doing really well with that, and I want to introduce some people that are making that happen. So we have Sandy Strong. She is our reader for elementary, and Lynn Carter could not be here, but she's our reader for middle and high school. They watch a lot of videos, and they're not afraid to say, ooh, that one's not good, try it again. They read a lot of papers, and these are the reasons that we are getting those good scores. We have also been very lucky to add Ira Hyde on to help us with the technology stuff. Teachers have to submit videos, and it's a little hard, and so we are lucky to have Ira. So let's give them a round of applause.
Stand right over here.
So we'll start with our newly certified. First one, Kristen Bange. Okay. Jessica Dotson. Leah Downing. Emily Fleenor. Christina Lancaster.
We want to see you too. Hi, Miss Lancaster.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Ian Meeks. Marion Smith. Emily Worley. And for our MOC renewal candidates, Megan Burrell. Nicole Dell. Angela Duckett. Margaret Fogg Height. Douglas Hanson. Jessica Harris. Stacy Hembry. Carissa Engel. Christina Latriano. Tracy McElrath. Laura Moody. Courtney Moody. Jesselyn Rathbone. Jennifer Rigdon. Kristen Stiles. And Amanda Williams.
And we want to also recognize our very own DJ Blankenship that also renewed this year. So congratulations.
DJ, get up there.
Go take your picture.
I know. Come on. Now you're really showing. Yep. I know, because it's hard.
Chairman Francis and members of the board, I just want to say too, Joy Solly doesn't give herself enough credit. She organizes all those events, gets together, very serious about it, and I think that's a big reason too, the support she gives our teachers. So I'm here to celebrate tonight. We have, can everybody hear me? I know, I'm sorry, I don't know. Why don't I turn like this way? All right, I can have a high school voice. All right, so this is big news for our teachers. The state of North Carolina several years ago started compensating them, giving them bonuses based on their academic growth. And that has been huge for a lot of our teachers. And to tell, Carly Wells couldn't be here tonight, but as our regional principal of the year, she said it's so important to tell the story of these teachers. Can y'all, they can't hear me. Come in. Yeah, come in here. Come stand around here or something, Holly. You're retired, I know. So obviously, they're not the ones that are out loving all the recognition, but let me get them all in here so I can talk about them. You can come on up here. Come on, Lee. Matching outfits, nice touch. Crystal. Love it, love it, love it. I love the matching shirt. Okay, so I'm going to change positions. So once the state started, and I thought this was a great thing. When EVOS came out, that is a growth measurement for how effective teachers, can they raise a student's growth in a year's growth. They're expected to make a year's growth. Sometimes they do better than that. Sometimes it's out a year's growth. And without getting too complicated, what you're looking at here are who the state has recognized as the top 25% in growth for the state. And some of them for the top 25% in our district, and some of them are both. And those carry some really good bonuses. So we'll start out just with the elementary. I just want y'all to know that the story you tell and you set an example for all the other teachers in our district, because what you did not happen by accident. I'm looking in your eyes. I've been in your classrooms. I see how hard you work. I see the blood, sweat, and tears. I talk to your principals about the hours you're putting in. Talk to Miss Morse about how you're not paid enough, even today. And so I just want you to know your work does not go unrecognized. And I'm so very, very proud of you, each one of you. And I'm so glad you got a little extra money in your pocket. You should have gotten your money in January. If you didn't, see me later, okay? But anyway, so for Bethel Elementary, we're going to start with Bethel, so y'all have to make your way around. Bethel Elementary, let me tell you about the elementary awards. So third grade, they don't have like a pre-test for math, so they only get a bonus for reading in third grade, okay? And they can earn that bonus for top 25% in the state and top 25% in the LEA, okay? The fourth and fifth grade teachers, they can earn up to 4 bonuses because they can get the state and the local for reading. They can get the state and the local for math. Same thing with fifth grade. For some reason, the state of North Carolina in middle school only recognizes growth for math in middle school, right? So go figure that. I don't know the answer to that. And then we also have our CTE teachers here tonight who get a portion of money for every kid that passes a certification test. And we have our advanced placement teachers who also get money for kids that pass the AP test, which are very, very difficult. So we're going to start with elementary. And at first, we have Cammie Schreiber. She earned the third grade state. She's not here. Holly Trull earned the state and the local award. She's also retired. Thank you for. Okay, and Darby Warren from Bethel Elementary earned the state reading award. Okay, So I am going to skip to Bethel Middle now. We're going to stay in order. Deidre Boone, 6th grade math, the local award. Callie Franklin, 6th grade math for the local award. Canton Middle, Ariel Sarles taught 7th and 8th grade math last year. She gets the state and the local bonus. Zach Williams gets the local bonus for math. And Heather Wilson, the state and the local bonus. Congratulations. Clyde Elementary, Amy Cannon, 4th grade reading, state and local bonus. Haley Donaldson in 5th grade reading, state and local bonus. Kayla Ross, 5th grade reading, state bonus. Jennifer Silver, 4th grade math, state bonus. And Clyde Elementary, Amanda Stamey, the state bonus. Okay, 4th grade. I told you about 4th grade. You should want to teach 4th grade. Okay, Suzanne Colley, so very proud of you. You earned the state and the local bonus in reading and math. Leah Downing from Hazelwood Elementary also earned the state and local bonus in reading and math. Rachel Duncan, 3rd grade reading, state and local bonus. Rachel not here. Heather Hyatt, 3rd grade reading, the state and local bonus. Donna Plexico, 4th grade math, state and local bonus. Michelle Plexico. Shannon Reese in 4th grade math from Hazelwood Elementary, state and local bonus. Rosemary Rogers, 5th grade reading, state and local bonus. Jennifer Troll, Jenny Troll, at 3rd grade reading, state and local bonus. She's not here. All right, moving on to Jonathan Valley Elementary School. Ashley Caldwell earned the state and local bonus in reading and the state bonus in math. Ashley Caldwell. Congratulations, Ashley. Laura Caldwell earned the state and local bonus in 5th grade reading. Mary Mason earned the state and local bonus in 5th grade reading and the local bonus in 5th grade math. Rachel Rosaldi, 5th grade reading, state bonus, and 5th grade math, the local bonus. Junaluska Elementary, Taylor Boyd Willoughby, 5th grade math, the local bonus. Krista Butler in 4th grade reading, the state and local bonus. Michelle Ford in 3rd grade reading, the state and local bonus. Amy Kilgore earned the state 5th grade reading bonus and the state and local 5th grade math bonus. Melanie Whitmer earned the 5th grade math local bonus. All right, Meadowbrook Elementary School, Kristen Stiles in 5th grade reading earned the state and local bonus. And Meadowbrook Elementary, Amanda Williams earned the 4th grade math, state and local bonus. North Canton Elementary, Brianna Goodson, the 3rd grade reading, state and local bonus. Riverbend Elementary, Jeananne Carter earned the state and local 3rd grade reading bonus. Carlene Finger earned the 5th grade math local bonus. John Riley earned the 3rd grade state reading bonus from Riverbend Elementary. Congrats, all of our elementary. That's something to be proud of. Okay. On next, we will go to, yes, Waynesville Middle. Thank you, Charlie. Brooke, she keeps me in place. Brooke Atwood earned the 8th grade math bonus for the state. Lisa Lawrence earned the 8th grade math bonus for the state and the local bonus. And Heather Smith, the North Carolina Teacher of the Year last year, has earned the state 8th grade math bonus. All right, we're moving on to high school, okay? So the AP bonus at Pisgah High School, we'll start with them. For bonuses, Jennifer Cody, Shannon Hanson, Tabitha Judy, Tracy McElreath. Did Tracy stay around? She was here. Sean Sampson, Harold Shepard, Christy Sarles. I know I saw Christy. So Christy took a leap of faith and taught our AP Pre-Calc last year for the first time we had offered that and had great success with that. So thank you, Christy. She got a lot of kids to pass that, and it paid off. Okay. And Tiffany Turner. Tiffany's not here. All right. For the CTE bonuses at Pisgah High School, Jason Austin, Stephanie Kirkendall, Brandy Matthews, and Ralph Michael. Tuscola High School, AP bonus information, William Coven, Suzanne Orbach Miller, Madeline Rigdon, Roberto Robles, Robbie Robles, and Michelle Ware for the AP bonus for Tuscola. CTE bonuses at Tuscola. Love the matching. Lisa Bergen. Amy Garner. Ethan Reinhardt. Eric Soley. You had a message? And Carrie Williams from Tuscola High School. And that concludes the recognition for our teachers. So I also want to say to the principals in the room, strong schools have very strong leaders and principals who have encouraged them and motivated them and supported them and stood by them. So to all the principals and assistant principals and directors and everyone in the room, thank you for your support. That's why Haywood County Schools academically is where they are. Thank y'all so much.
A lot of accolades tonight, and thank you for all that have achieved many, many great honors. Now I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Stephen Sharp.
Thank you. I just wanted to take a minute and recognize some people that are not sometimes recognized, and that's our bus drivers for Haywood County Schools. This is the North Carolina has declared the state of the month of February to be Love the Bus Month. So all week we've got principals, administrators throughout the county that are loving our bus drivers. And I just want to take it a minute and say thank you to all of them who make it such a goal of their life to get kids back and forth to school. And you don't realize the impact that you have on those kids picking them up any day. And we just want to say thank you from the transportation department.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharp. They work hard and early. They get up early. Next, we have Dr. Haynes with our drug testing report. And one thing I failed to mention, Mr. Henson couldn't be here tonight because he had an engagement at his church tonight. And so I wanted to recognize the fact that he had another engagement tonight. And Dr. Putnam's not here tonight because he's not feeling too well. I think he's got a case of the flu, best I can tell, just by on the phone.
I think so.
Yeah.
Chairman Francis, members of the board, for information for you all this evening, our random student drug testing report for 23-24, and I thought it might be up there, but it's not. I'll go through it here, and
Okay.
if you have any questions. So, number of students tested. So, per our policy 4326, the random drug testing of students, if students are in extracurricular activities or they drive like that, things like that on campus, we do random drug testing for them. So I'll just kind of walk through the schools, the number tested, and percent positive, and then you will fulfilled the policy there.
That's correct.
With us reporting it. So the Central Haywood High School number of students tested was 10, 4 positive there for a 40% positive. At Haywood Early College, there were 11 students tested, 0 positive for 0%. Pisgah High School, there were 130 total students tested, 12 positives for 9.23%. And at Tuscola High School, there were 108 students tested, 9 positive results for a total of 8.33%. And that total altogether is 259 total students tested, 25 positives, and a total of 9.65% positive, which is just up a little under 2% from last year.
So it's up something from last year. Okay.
Yes, a little under 2%, about 1.7 and change.
And do you want to tell us, like, if they, like the first time they test positive, it's just a, sort of procedure for what happens?
Sure. Yeah, I can kind of walk through that. The first time that a student tests positive, other than the parent being informed, they have a meeting with the principal. They talk to the parent, and then the student gets put back into the pool. The company that does our random drug testing doesn't pull them, but we make sure they get put in there again on that second time. And that's kind of it the first time, just a warning, so to speak. If they do show up positive again, then the student's suspended from 20% of contests of competitive performances. And there's, it's based on how much is left and what season they're in and things like that. And the student is suspended for 9 full weeks of school for parking, their parking privileges, driving to campus. And then it goes on from there to the point where they're not allowed to play anymore or not allowed to drive on campus anymore.
Any other questions, board members? Dr. Haynes, if you would, if you've got that in a written form, if
Yes.
you'd get that to the board through the email or something, that would be great.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll send it to you. I apologize it not being on there.
That's fine.
I thought we'd sent it, and I guess we didn't, but I'll make sure you have it
Excellent.
in a nice little printout here.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right, I guess you're up again since Dr. Putnam's not here tonight.
I'm up again. Yeah, I've got quite a
You're
few
going to
tonight.
be up here a lot tonight. I
Yeah,
understand.
just a little. So the next thing I've got is teacher research project. So this is something that the superintendent, so Dr. Putnam, would do, and he has approved this teacher research project per policy 5230, participation in research projects. It is a teacher at Hazelwood Elementary School. They're working on implementing the North Carolina 2023 science standards in elementary classrooms. So there'll be a sample of elementary students in their class. Dr. Putnam reviewed the IRB, the Institutional Review Board application that they're required to do when they do those tests, just to make sure that no student data will be given out. There'll be anonymity and all of that. And so Dr. Putnam did approve the teacher to do that, but informational for you all so that you're aware that he did so.
Okay. Thank you much. All right. Next on our agenda is our open session, and we have had some folks sign up to address the board. Now is the time period designated by the Board of Education for public comments. This time is set aside for comments from the general public in regard to matters of concern to the public. However, we request that you do not address specific students and/or personnel. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. The board requests that all speakers adhere to the time limitation and request against mentioning individual students and personnel. And if I butcher your last name or first name, I apologize up front, okay? So I'm going to get a pass. First we have Sydney Pfeiffer. Did I say it right? Got it? All right. You've got 3 minutes, young lady. Thank you.
Good evening, board members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Sid Pfeiffer, and I'm here with my husband Kyle and our neighbor Jill to request that you reconsider the current policy that prevents students at the early college from participating in extracurricular activities at Pisgah and Tuscola. I understand there are concerns that allowing these students to participate would increase the school's population, potentially leading to more competition in areas like sports. But we would argue that this could be a positive development. Right now, the level of competition often doesn't offer the challenge that our students need, especially those who may aspire to play at the college level. A higher level of competition would give these student athletes the opportunity to gain more experience and visibility, which could open doors for them that might not otherwise exist. It would be an advantage for them and for the community as a whole to have athletes who are better prepared for the next step. Another concern I've heard is that allowing participation in extracurriculars could lead to academically high-achieving students leaving for the early college, which could negatively impact the traditional high school's test scores. But I want to remind the board that the population at the early college is incredibly diverse. Many of these students are underserved and need a different educational environment to thrive. Jill, for example, is a member of our community who raises her grandkids, and I'm not going to say their names because you just told me not to. To ensure their success, her grandkids will be applying to the early college. However, because of the current policy, her grandson will no longer be able to participate in school sports. This means that his family will have to make a difficult choice of sacrificing the benefits of athletics in order to give him a head start on college. This is a sacrifice that as taxpayers and active members of this community we feel could be avoided. They shouldn't have to make this trade-off. Our own daughter is another example. Like many students, she loves sports. It's her main social outlet and a vital part of her physical well-being. But like other kids who choose the early college, the traditional high school environment isn't a good fit for her. She needs a smaller, more supportive setting to succeed. But like her sister, who thrives in the traditional school setting and is loving her first year at Pisgah, our youngest daughter deserves to have an opportunity that works for her. And that option should not come at the cost of being excluded from extracurriculars that she values. As parents, we all know that our job is to help our children find the best path for their unique needs, and that's why we're asking you to reconsider this restriction. Allowing students at the early college to participate in band, chorus, and sports could also help shore up those programs, especially as participation numbers continue to decline. We recognize that there are many factors to consider in a decision like this and that there are complexities that we do not fully understand. But we're asking the board to reconsider this policy, not just as parents, but as community members who believe in giving all students the opportunity to succeed. Thank you for your time. All right.
You practiced that, I believe. Thank you. Next, we have Aaron Aragi. Did I say it right? Araji.
Yeah, it was close.
I just had the hard G's. I'm sorry.
Yes, most people don't pronounce it.
School funding and safety. Okay.
Yeah, so I appreciate having the opportunity to be here tonight. Really appreciate you all just having an open place for us to come and express our concerns. Yeah, and the two issues that I'm concerned about right now are school safety and public funding for schools. And as you all know, funding for schools have been cut. It's been cut for many, many years. And I have both friends and family members. I have a 2-year-old son that I hope to have access to high quality public education someday. And I don't know what the future holds for funding, but I'm concerned about it. And so I want to be able to partner with the school board and the community to try to ensure that we have access and can bring funding into our schools, even if it's cut on a federal level. especially for programs and resources that benefit some of our most disadvantaged children. And then with school safety, whether it's, worrying about school violence and school shootings or the potential of ICE coming in and taking kids out of classrooms, I just want to know that our kids are in an environment where they feel safe. I know that when kids don't feel safe, they can't think clearly and they can't learn. And so, I want to, again, partner with the people in our community that can have an influence on having a plan and having policies in place to be proactive to address these issues. This really is, for me, about supporting and protecting our children, having a strong and healthy community, and supporting our public school education. So I really want to just appeal to taking action proactively on these issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Nathan Roberto. Did I say it right, Nathan? Oh, yeah. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Right now, the Department of Education in DC is closed, and the fact that you're here and you're accessible means a lot, because as Aaron said, there's fear and confusion out there among the most vulnerable of kids. And if you're an educator, you probably have an idea of this. I mean, there's so many factors to consider. If you're a high school student at the moment, you've been through a pandemic, 2 floods, and now essentially a crisis that is on everyone's minds. And the question is how, as Aaron posed, we want healthy communities. We want to protect our kids. We want to pay our teachers. And from what I've seen tonight, it's all the more reason to step up and advocate for these kids and these teachers, because they're impressive. And the next leaders are here. And imagine what you could do with all of the money that you wanted, that you requested. Like, what would be the possibilities with that? I'm sure your numbers would be even more incredible. But now the realization is, if you don't have an ally in DC and you've already been fighting the state, where do you lie? And what are we going to do? And it's not just your problem, it's our collective problem. And the most vulnerable are the ones that are feeling it first. As a contractor in Haywood County, I can report that other contractors, their work are not showing up for fear of deportation. Folks that go to the food pantry, they're not showing up at the food pantry. But these are kids who go to our schools. We have relationships with them. We work with them. We go to church with them. They made a decision to come here for the sole reason of protecting their kids, whether they be here or back home. So I just, I want to spread love and compassion, and that's why I'm here, and I think these kids deserve it. And imagine if, all the kids in the county could speak English or speak Spanish. What if we had a bilingual force, if we're going to be international businessmen and lead the world in the free market, we should be able to speak 2 languages. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberto. Next, we have Mr. Don Smart from the Haywood County Farm Bureau, Tuscola FFA alumni. Hello, Mr. Smart.
Hello, Mr. Francis. How are you?
I'm good. Hope you're doing well.
Mr. Francis and board members, I'm here tonight to address 2 things, or one thing really. First of all, I'm here to address the farms at the 2 high schools. I'll start with Pisgah first. They got a farm early, and they've done well with it. But they need a barn, and we was able to help them with a barn. But the one thing they hadn't got, they don't own the property. And we can't build a building on land that the school don't own. We wrote a letter of recommendation, anybody wants to help them with the barn, but we are going to give them the money when they can get ownership of that land. And the other one is, I came here 4 years ago. Last time I addressed this board, I requested you give us another ag teacher because one we had was moving on to better pastures, he said. But we also was starting Tuscola farm, which was a good thing. Got 10 acres of land. That's big enough to do an outstanding livestock projects. And we raised over $500,000, I guess, Mr. Francis. Tobacco Trust Fund, Dogwood Trust, other contributions, commissioners, school system. And we about got it there. We'd just like to see if y'all could expedite it and get that thing going. We got kids out here in the county that's never seen a pig, a chicken, a cow, and it would do wonders for the whole student body to be able there to see a live animal and know where 75% of the agriculture industry, which is the largest industry in this country, 1 out of 5 people in this state's employed in some form of agriculture. If they could go there and see animals and touch them, what it might do. It would help kids, might keep kids from getting on drugs, but it'd be good to have that. So I hope y'all can expedite this and let's get this thing going. I got a call from the Lincoln County Farm Bureau president 2 nights ago. These things are popular. East Lincoln High School got a grant the other day, same thing Tuscola got for $150,000, and Lincoln County Farm Bureau gave them $35,000. They're ready to go, but they just got 5 acres. We got 10, folks. You can do a lot 10 acres.
Yeah.
So if y'all can help this and get it going, it'll be a plus for a lot of young people in this county. I wish they'd had it there 60 years ago when I was running around out there.
Me and you both, Don.
Thank y'all for what you do. And Farm Bureau will help any way we can. Thank you much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all you've done and have done. Thank you. Next we have Sarah Workman. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for letting me speak to you. I appreciate you all being here. I think some of the questions I have already been addressed. I didn't write a big 3-minute question or statement, but I'm curious what plans the board or what alternatives we have if federal budget cuts come, that especially we've heard of immigration, we've heard of disadvantaged children. I'm also concerned about the exceptional children and the IDEA program and what will happen to some of these if the federal funds get cut. And I know that it's not a response. That's kind of what I was more curious about, is what alternative plans that you all might have in the wings if you do get federal cuts.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. I thought we had 6 people signed up. I only had 5 pieces of paper. Is there one that I've missed somewhere or dropped? Okay. Just didn't want to leave anybody out if they signed up. That's all I have in the open session at this time. Thanks, everyone, for your comments and for sticking to the time limitation. That's great. I appreciate it. And great comments and topics tonight. Thank you. Board members, you've had an opportunity to look at the January 13th closing regular session minutes. I need a motion.
So move.
Mr. Nesbitt's made the motion. Second, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have Ms. Woods going to talk to us about a calendar waiver request.
Chairman Francis, members of the board, I would like to ask you to waive the student day on June the 2nd, making the last student day for this school year May 30th for Haywood County Schools and May 22nd for the Haywood Early College. This only waives student instructional hours. Employee schedules do not change.
Would not change. Okay. I don't we had this already to do that anyway. I need a motion for approval.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Francis made the motions, second Ms. Morris. Any questions or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
So I have one more thing
Yeah.
under the waiver. For the past several years, you've given the superintendent the flexibility to waive days in order to set graduation dates. Graduation cannot take place until the last student day is completed. So I would ask, should we have any more inclement weather, I'm requesting that the superintendent have flexibility to waive up to 5 total days. We still have 7 remote learning optional work days that we can use, so this is just an in case
In
we
case
have
of.
really bad weather.
Okay. We'd need a motion for approval on that.
Chairman, I'd so move to make a motion that we would give the superintendent flexibility.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Rogers. Do I hear a second?
Second.
So, Ms. Morris, any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
I think I have one more.
You got the other thing. Go ahead.
For your approval, you have the 25-26 Haywood Early College calendar.
Need a motion for approval.
So move.
Mr. Kirkpatrick made a motion to approve the proposed Haywood Early College calendar as presented. Do I hear a second?
Second.
So, Mr. Francis, any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Shelton is up.
Chairman Francis and members of the board, for your consideration, I would like to present the contract for the Haywood County Schools and Heights Summer Youth Employment Program. This program ran last year. It is scaled down this year due to a decrease in funding. That funding came from an innovation grant where we earned $50,000 to present towards this project. Target earned skills for this program ran through Heights are work experience and career exploration, essential skills development, pre-employability skills training, work-based learning, mentorship opportunities, mock interviews, paid training, and career coaching. It's a great opportunity for these kids who can participate in this program to learn all those skills, and we hope that you will approve this.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the Heights Summer Youth Employment Program.
Have a motion from Ms. Morris. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Rogers. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
I think it's a great program.
It's a great program.
Yes.
Like, students that want to participate in this, what's the process?
That's a great question. Heights leads a lot of the identification of seeking out those students, and with the approval of this contract, they'll get the ball rolling on identifying and selecting students who will be eligible for this program.
So do local businesses sign up to be a part of this program
That is my
ahead of
understanding.
time? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What they've done too in the past, through the counseling departments, they've advertised that and had kids that are interested because there are paid jobs and positions. And usually it's about 2 weeks of resume building skills and interview skills and soft skills. And then they try to tie them, whatever they're interested in with that kind of business. So they seek out those opportunities for those kids.
And they
It's
get
been very successful.
Sorry, Ms. Barker. They get 5 weeks of paid
5 weeks
work-based
of
learning
paid, yeah.
training.
That's great.
So the students need to go to their counseling departments if they're interested.
Yeah, we'll make sure the high school principals get that out to all students through counseling, and we're having a meeting with counselors in the morning too, so we'll make sure all this
Please do.
Remind and things like that.
And it is an application process.
Application, okay. Very good. Any other questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Shelton. Dr. Haynes.
All right, Chairman Francis, board members, for your approval, I've got a contract with a company called Parchment. Formerly, they were Need My Transcript. Well, the company was Need My Transcript. That's who we currently use to get transcripts and fulfill those requests for our students. Parchment has purchased Need My Transcript. And so the new contract would be with Parchment. It would start in June of 2025. Need My Transcript, I think it was kind of bundled in with what we had with that service as far as students getting those transcripts and requesting them. So there was no cost for students with that. with this, to continue having no cost for our students, there is an additional cost with parchment. So it's $5,336 that we as the district in this contract would like to pay for, so that our students can continue to get, our juniors and seniors can continue to get free transcripts.
Free transcripts, okay.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion we approve the parchment contract as presented.
Mr. Nesbitt's made a motion. Second, Ms. Morris. Any questions or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right. And next thing for your approval is a Navy JROTC memorandum of agreement / addendum. So it's really just an addendum that's going to go in the current MOA that we have with the Navy. We sign a new one every year for that JROTC program. This one, it just kind of changes some legalese to the contract. It does add that there's a requirement now, sorry, I can't speak, that we notify the Navy within 1 business day of any disciplinary or administrative actions levied upon a JROTC officer. Also, it adds in spaces in the contract for us to put information as to who our Title IX coordinator is. So in our case, it's the HR department, so that would get added in. But other than that, Pat's reviewed it.
All right.
We should be good.
Chairman, I make a motion, we approve the addendum to this agreement with the NJRTC.
Mr. Rogers made the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Nesbitt.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If we do a discipline and turn it in, do they get additional discipline? Military?
Could be.
It may be. It may just be more informational for them, but they may. As far as this goes, and from what I've read of this, just a requirement for us to notify them if it is levied upon an employee. So if we were investigating something, we wouldn't report anything, only if there were disciplinary actions levied, at which that point we'd let them know. And they may, in that case, remove them from that position. I'm not sure. It'd be up to the Navy. Correct. Yes.
Any other questions, comments?
No, thank you. I'm just curious.
You good? Okay, there being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next, I think I had 20A, so I'm presenting to the board.
Okay.
28. A and B.
I received word from Ms. King the other day that 2 of our board members need to be recognized tonight, and the first one is a certificate of achievement that goes to David Burnett for your it's for your academy work with the School Boards Association. We, as board members, are required to have some continued education credits, and David has reached a level of certificate of achievement. Congratulations. And our next board member that I've always competed with on these awards, but he's lately just kicked me. I'm on the curb, man. Mr. Jimmy Rogers, Silver Award for Academy for School Board Boardsmanship. Congratulations, Jimmy. I gotta look at my notes. I'm gonna be back up here.
Coming back.
I'm coming back up.
This is one that Dr. Putnam would normally do, but since he isn't here, Ms. Barker and I are going to tag team this one. We have a few central office employees that have been with the school system for a long time. They've been with central office for a long time. They are vital to us and what we do, and they truly are amazing people, and we're going to miss them tremendously. Not just in what they do, and how they help facilitate learning for the kids in our district, but just because they're great people to be around. And so we really are going to miss them. So we just wanted to take a minute to recognize them this evening. We've got a little certificate for them, and we'll go from there, okay? Kim Shipman. First up. Yeah. Kim's been with us a long time. I remember when I think the first time I met you was when you were an assistant principal at Waynesville Middle, and it was probably my first or second year teaching, I think. Which really hasn't been that long ago. I didn't say that to make her feel bad, but I taught her daughter. I mean, so anyway, she is a fantastic person. Do you want to say something about Kim?
Yeah, I mean, just a few things too about Kim that really strikes me. First of all, her strong faith. She's talked me through a lot of things. Just her faith alone is remarkable, and I will never forget that and the example you set and that you live. We lost out to Halen, her granddaughter, because that's where she's going. She's going to be with Halen, and her love for her family just in general, and that has always amazed me. Kim will send emails at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. If there are any elementary principals here, they respect her because she outworks everyone in the room, and she knows more about elementary than anybody in the room. And so to have that respect is huge. And just the bottom line is she loves children. And she started out as a kindergarten teacher, and she never forgot that. And I feel like that I have been blessed by God, by her in this position. He put her with me to inspire me and help me, and she has meant the world to me. And yeah, I wish I could go walk with her every day, but soon.
So I wasn't going to say anything because I get overwhelmed and I get emotional, and then it's just a disaster. And Miss Barker's going to make me cry with everything that she already said. But it's an honor to reflect over the past 30 years because it's been truly so special to me. And God has put me every step of the way exactly where I needed to be. And He has placed around me the people that I needed to have around me. And so I thank God for being so faithful to me through every step of the journey. And I'm so thankful for the phenomenal leaders that inspired me. And it started with Greg Parker at Riverbend, and it didn't end there. I went to work for Trevor Putnam at Waynesville Middle School. And then I got this awesome opportunity to work for Jill Barker, who at times, I just pick up the phone and text her something crazy because I know that she'll listen to me, and she's inspired me every single day. And those three people have shown me what it's like to be a true leader, and I'm thankful for that. And I have developed you work so closely with people, and you spend so much time with the people that you work with that you grow to love them like they are your family. And so they're sitting right here, and they're sitting back here. And so I love these people, and I love the families and the students that I have been privileged to work with. And last but not least, my sneaky family that I kept saying, guys, it's not going to be a big deal. You don't have to come. Please don't come. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. And here they are. My family's right back there supporting me, and they have since day one. And they are my prayer partners, and they're right there. And my mom's at home. She wasn't able to come, but she's a part of that too, so I want to thank them. And thank you, board, for your support. You have always been so supportive. We've got the best board around, so thank you. It's been a privilege.
Thank you.
Take a picture of me.
Next up, Phyllis Birchfield does an amazing job with Title I and keeping Jacob straight in CTE. Really keeping us all straight. She gives it back twice as much as she gets, other than from Dr. Putnam, I think, because they go back and forth quite a bit. You throw Miss Laurie in there, and woo. But Phyllis truly is an amazing person. We love her, and we're going to miss her dearly. She helps us all out tremendously. So we have a certificate for Phyllis.
So y'all know I was there the day Phyllis hired Dr. Nolte, and I hired Phyllis at Bethel Elementary. And he called me the other day and he said, "You're going to be there when she leaves." And I'm like, "Why am I still here?" Anyway, so we've been through a lot together. She's the only person that knows where my child's Social Security number is, and you got to tell me. I was a young mom. I was working at Bethel. I had an infant. I'd just gotten the principal's job 2 weeks before, and I don't know how she survived me because they all know I'm kind of, anyway. So she never judged me, and I get really excited about things. She got excited with me for the kids, and she is a great family person. She is a great mom and grandmother to her family. I know they're going to be thrilled to have her at home, but Phyllis could have done anything in her life that she wanted to, and I told her that, and she chose to stay with us. But she is very, very capable, and I'm so glad that Haywood County Schools had you this long, and I love you, and you deserve every minute of it. I love you too.
I'm not a talker. I get really nervous, but I want to say thank you to the board and to Jill and everybody. She's always pushed me, and Charlie and Jacob. Jill's
arguing with Trevor.
Well, Trevor's
They're both from Benson Cove, so they had that going.
That's a different story. Now Trevor's a different story, but I appreciate that y'all kept me here as long as you have. 30-something years is quite a long time to be here, so I'm ready to be with my grandchildren and do things for them for a while. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can tell from the eye roll I got that Brooke knows that she's next. Last but certainly not least, we'd like to present this certificate of recognition to Miss King, who keeps us all straight, not only in the office day to day, but also in the board meetings, and lets us know who first and seconded and all the other things that we've got to do. So without Brooke, we would all be truly lost, and we appreciate her greatly.
I want to say something before we come up. Brooke and I have gotten to know each other quite often. Quite closely the last 10 years, has it been? Working with the board is not always easy, and Brooke's always been a good ear, because as chair, a lot of times you have a lot of different things going on with the board, and I've always shared with her, and she's kept it secret, so I can tell her things that, I need to unload somewhere. And she's there with us all the time, and the board truly, Ms. King, appreciates everything you've done. All of us, you've spoiled us, quite honestly. And if you didn't know, Brooke's responsible for all the board operations, and she does an excellent job, and she's well respected across the state in her organization there. So we're devastated to lose you, but we know that you've done it. Just go home knowing that you've done an excellent job, and job well done. And I'm not going to say you have to say anything unless you want to.
Okay, so real quick, now, you come on, Brooke. When I first came to the central office, I was lost. I felt like Jacob did when he came to CTE. Like there's a transition period where you're like, what have I done? Where are the kids? And I texted her a couple months ago when she said about 5 o'clock in the morning one morning, and it was just laying so heavy on my heart. But if Brooke hadn't have been there and had somebody to talk to and help me navigate, I don't know what I'd done. And I would sit in that chair in Dr. Garrett's outside Dr. Garrett's office, And she walked me through a lot of things then and really taught me how to navigate a lot of tough situations. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget your loyalty to me, your support, and everything you've done. She is very thorough, and I'm, again, woo. And so she's thorough, and she'd be like, Jill, let's check it 10 times. Go, just let's do it. And she always made me stop and slow down, and I'm better for that, and I just love you and appreciate everything you do. And she's going to do work with family, too. I know she's excited.
Is she gonna talk? Yes.
I'm not a public speaker. You all know that. I like to be in the corner and in the background, but I did want to take the opportunity to thank you for giving me a chance, for, you know, just being able to be there with you for the last 10 years. It's been a privilege and an honor, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, bro. Follow that, Chairman.
Woo, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss them all.
They should take pictures with their family.
Dr. Haynes, you're next.
They don't want to hear about hazard mitigation policy.
Oh, what's wrong with everybody? This is good news, though.
Yes, yes. Both of these are very good news, or the possibility of good news and very good news. Chairman Francis, members of the board, for your approval this evening, we talked about it in work session, so I won't go into grand detail about it. But it's the hazard mitigation FEMA buyout program. It's done through the state. We had a meeting with the state assistant director for emergency management, and he was talking about how our property in Clyde, since it had been hit multiple times now, especially recently multiple times, that we would probably be eligible for the hazard mitigation program. And what that is it's a program through FEMA, by FEMA through the state, where a property that's been hit multiple times by flooding, they will actually not only pay for the demolition of the property, but they will also give you market value for the property the day prior to the storm and purchase it, and then the land is turned over to the county. So with your approval this evening, I've got the motion here, but I'd like to ask you to make a motion to submit our property located at 3,215 Broad Street in Clyde and all associated buildings for consideration and execution in the hazard mitigation program, and to provide the superintendent or their designee permission to execute all legal forms so we can sign for it and stuff.
So move.
I'll sit,
We have a motion from Mr. Kirkpatrick, second Mr. Nesbitt. We're not going to repeat the motion because it was lengthy, but it's on record. So
Yes.
any questions or comments on the motion on the floor?
Well, Mr. Chairman, 2004, we were there in the middle of the midst of the water.
That's right.
2011.
That's
now 2024, so
Yes.
it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to FEMA for finally somebody waking up and helping us.
Yeah.
We hope so.
I
Let's
hate to
hope
see
so.
it go. That's a good old building.
We're going to try.
It's a good
We're
building.
gonna strive
That's
to
right.
do it.
That's right. It can't hurt to try. It's the best option we've found so far for it.
Hold on, we got to vote.
Sorry.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Now,
All right. All right. For next thing flood related is the acceptance of Hurricane Helene disaster recovery funds that we've gotten. So that disaster recovery fund is something that came from Session Law 2024-53, Senate Bill 743. And we'd like to thank our representatives and Senator Corbin, Representative Pless, and the other representatives for doing this and having that in and listening to our voice with that. Essentially, you know, with Tropical Storm Fred, we had to front a lot of funds to be able to recover, and we're still waiting on some of those funds, about $1 million worth, to come back to us from then. And so with this, they put $50 million in funds for schools LEAs for school facilities to help recover from this. And originally, you were supposed to file your insurance and FEMA first, and then they would kind of cover whatever was left. But in speaking with them, and I think there was enough counties speaking with them, they realized that, like I said, you wait around a long time. Like we're still waiting money from 2021, so it might be a while, and we have to float those funds again. So the cost of all the facility repairs for us was right around $3.7 million, and we sent in the information on that for all those facilities, and they came through. And so we've got $3,713,067 waiting for us that we can receive from them that will cover all that stuff. And then as we get insurance funds back and as we get FEMA funds back, we'll pay the state back. Yep. And anything that's left, we're good, because that's what it's going to cost us to recover. So if we only get 3.4 back, then we'll keep the other 300,000.
The goal is to be held harmless, basically.
Correct.
Yes. There you go.
Correct. Yes.
All right.
So that's just a motion to accept the Hurricane Helene Disaster Recovery Fund money that's been allocated to Haywood County Schools by NCDPI in the amount of $3,713,067.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Rogers made the motion, second by Mr. Burnett. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
If you vote against it, I'll kill you.
You're off the board.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
That's good. I don't know if anybody's ever got one of those before. That was good. All right. My next to last thing for this evening. Policies.
Okay.
So we have 8 policies up for first read and one more that I know you all wanted to discuss, the 3620R, which was the participation in extracurricular activities, and that's the application for immediate athletic eligibility. Do you want me to?
Well, I'd just say all the policies except for 3620-R will be tabled for 30 days for public input. It's been my discussion with the board members that they would like to take 3620 and possibly take action tonight. To do so, we would need to suspend the rules on this one item. I need a motion to suspend the rules to move forward with 3620.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules to go ahead and proceed with 3620R.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Francis. Do I hear a second? Nobody wants to go with it.
No, let's keep it. If ain't
Okay.
no second, we'll just keep it for 30 days.
All right. Motion fails
Okay.
due to lack of a second. So it'll be tabled for 30 days for public input.
Sounds good.
Very good.
Thank you much.
Thank you. Next, we have the building and grounds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me see where I'm gonna start here.
You want to just pass them all in one big lump?
Yeah, well, I'd like to.
No,
I'd
we
like
need
to.
to-
I may
we need
just
to
pass
take-
them around and let each person read a motion. Okay. I'd like to bring forth a motion now, Building and Grounds, to approve AG Stoneworks for the columns worked at Waynesville Middle School in the amount of $26,280 using the safety grant fund.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Kirkpatrick, second Mr. Nesbitt. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
And what this is, I'll just explain. It's the columns where they did the fencing around Waynesville Middle.
Uh-huh.
It's the rock columns that they have built.
All right. Any other questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, the second motion will be approve the SDR contract amendment number 002 for removal of sand, silt, and soil debris. Debris. Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Do I hear a second?
Second.
So, Ms. Morris, any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
Would this
Was this what we've already done?
No.
This is the exception.
This was like where the
They're removing the materials
They,
obstructions.
yeah, but
So-
not
They did
the soil.
Sand and silt.
The
Like
state
at Canton Middle
contract,
School or Canton Middle School baseball field.
I'll say the state contract when it was originally done, and we piggybacked off of that for SDR for the cleanup, it actually didn't include soil, silt, stuff like that anywhere, and so they could only do debris. And so they've come back now and kind of reached out to everybody they've been working with to say that this addendum was needed for us in particular. We've got a couple piles of dirt that are left over and stuff that they couldn't actually pick up, so this is just adding on to really what should have been on the contract to begin with.
What was the amount on that, Mr. Kirkpatrick?
We don't really know the amount.
It's $4.50 a cubic yard.
Right.
There is not a very large pile, or was at Waynesville Middle, and then there were 2 or 3 piles at Canton Middle baseball and Pisgah baseball, kind of back behind the field there. So there's really not very much. But our SDR contract, I think, was originally for $250,000, and it came in only at about $180. So there's lots of space in there.
Is this money also we can file with FEMA?
It's
eventually?
yes, we have filed with FEMA, and it's all been calculated into that 3.7 in the Helene fund, so it's covered anyway. Yep.
Any other questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, the third motion to approve Clark Nexum proposed for the Haywood County School Facility Assessment in the amount of $262,900 to be paid from capital funds. Now, this is for them to come in and to assess all the facilities that Haywood County schools have and pretty much tell us if there's something we can do better. Is that a good sums up with buildings, grounds, property that we might have?
That's correct, and they'll prioritize, or they'll let us know kind of where our most needy properties and what kind of work needs to be done there, and our best ones, and they kind of rank them. They let us know if renovations or new builds are more feasible on those things, ways to save money through different energy conservation at the sites and things like that, as well as how to best utilize those sites.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on the motion on the floor?
When can they get started on this process, and how long will it take?
I will inform them tomorrow that it's passed and went through. I believe they had said, I don't have it in front of me, I believe it was about 90 days to kind of go through the process with us, because they'll actually go to each site, they'll visit those sites, they'll have meetings with the administrators and custodians and maintenance, and they'll talk to all of them, and also analyze all the sites, look at our blueprints, stuff like that, and then go through it. It'll be a really good thing, school system wise, just to kind of help us in planning and where we need to be and how we need to get there.
Much needed, in my opinion. Any other questions or comments?
Some vision for the future.
Absolutely. There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Come on, board. I've got 10 of these.
Well, we're spending money though. We gotta be.
Yeah, that is true.
We're spending money.
All right, the fourth motion to approve Control Specialists of Asheville, North Carolina, to replace the HVAC unit at the Bethel Elementary School gym at a cost of $4,286.71 using capital funds.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, the fifth motion to approve climate systems to replace the GO pump at Bethel Elementary School at the cost of $7,467 using capital funds.
Got a motion? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Francis. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, I don't know what number I'm up to.
6.
6, okay. 6. Motion to approve control specialist to replace HVAC in the Canton Middle School cafeteria at a cost of $49,950 using capital funds.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Second.
Second, Mr. Rogers. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, number 7, motion to approve the purchase of 6 barred units from Loman Garrett at a cost of $94,398 using capital funds.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Burnett. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
8,
That's right, number 8.
motion to approve the purchase of a 2020 Ford F-150 Super Crew truck at a cost of $45,554 using capital funds.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Second.
Second, Mr. Rogers. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Number 9.
Motion to approve the purchase of 2 mowers at the cost of $32,523.44 using capital funds. And that will be 2 mowers. That's not one, that's 2 mowers.
Okay. I have a motion, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Need a second, Mr. Rogers. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
Will these mowers be used at specific schools or for the whole county? Do they haul
The
them
whole
around?
county.
Department, yeah.
The whole
Yeah, the
maintenance
whole, the
department?
whole shebang.
I
Okay.
can't take the trailers around all schools, they
Okay.
allow 5 or 10 mowers.
Yeah, they'll be big commercial.
Any other questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
What we at, 10?
10.
Motion to approve Concrete LLC to repair walkways at Pisgah High School at a cost of $9,000 using capital funds.
I have a motion from Mr. Kirkpatrick. Do I hear a second? Second, Mr. Nesbit. Any questions or discussion on the motion on the floor?
They need to be done.
They need to be done.
Right, yes.
They're in desperate need of repair.
There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Number 11, 12, 13, 14. No,
11.
Motion to
Sorry.
approve to replace the roof at the old HCLC building on Virginia Avenue at a cost of $73,870 using capital funds.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Francis. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
Part of that money's already been approved prior, so this is just an additional.
Yeah, 60,000 was already approved, so you got 13,780. That was
Okay.
when the new
So
bids
it's
come
not
in.
the full.
Yeah, it's not the full amount. I
Okay.
guess. Right, yeah.
All
I
right.
guess I just throwed it.
Any
in.
other
That's correct.
questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
12, motion to approve Norman's HVAC to replace a mini split at Tuscola High School at a cost of $3,250 using capital.
Yeah. Motion from Mr. Kirkpatrick. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Morris. Any question or discussion?
Where was that going, Mr. Kirkpatrick? I know it's Tuscola, but where?
Virginia building,
Council.
guidance.
Yes, guided counselors. Yeah.
Any other questions or comments before we vote? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
13,
13.
motion to approve control specialist to replace HVAC at Waynesville Middle School at a cost of $13,900 using capital funds.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
Second.
Second, Ms. Morris. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
So we said this was in the cafeteria. I wanted to point out that they had never had a unit. They had.
No, now this one right here, this
one's
was,
for, yeah.
The next one's in the cafeteria.
The next one's in the
yeah.
cafeteria.
Yeah.
Where is this one?
This one is B building, 7th grade hallway.
okay.
It takes care of 2 classrooms, and it died the other day.
Those are
Yeah.
done.
Yes,
Yeah.
thankfully.
It went out.
It went out the other
Big
day.
4-ton
Yes.
unit.
All right, where we at first?
Any other
Motion?
questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
The last one is the one where they don't have no heat. Motion to approve the purchase of 2 heaters from CED Waynesville for Waynesville Middle School kitchen at a cost of, this is gonna be 2 units, for a cost of $2,520.92 using capital.
Okay, we have a
This is
motion.
where they don't have heat.
The cafeteria ladies have never had heat at Waysville Middle School. In the
You have to
kitchen.
open the oven door. That-
No, no.
Just kidding.
Motion.
It's time.
We have a
It's
motion,
time.
Mr. Kirkpatrick. Do I hear a second?
You need air conditioning?
Second, Chairman.
Say, Mr. Rogers. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor?
And our maintenance will be installed. those.
Okay.
Is it, I need air in there too?
Any further questions, comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, I think that's all from me. Can you take his position away from me?
Talk to him.
Oh,
You're
thank you,
doing
Mr.
great,
Chairman.
Mr.
That's-
Kirkpatrick.
that's
You're doing
it.
great.
I think you're the spin in this building grounds chair we've ever had. Well, I think it's good that we got things rolling, and it seems like things are getting accomplished. That's good. Well, we've been focused on flood recovery, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So anyway, thank you very much for the hard work of the Building and Grounds Committee. Thank you. Next, we have our regular Finance Committee reports.
You don't spend money?
Actually, no, maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right, so earlier, the Finance Committee met, and we looked at all the, monthly finance reports. Everything looks good, so I'm bringing a motion for approval.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Carter. Here, a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Rogers. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
All right, this second one, I actually missed this, but it's motion to hold harmless January principal salary changes for the county supplement. I guess they discussed it before I.
We
got-
did.
Yeah, I'll make a second.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Clark. Here, a second from Mr. Francis. Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
That's all we have, sir.
Thank you for the hard work of the Finance Committee. Next, we have personnel from Mr. Haynes, Dr. Haynes, excuse me. I'll get used to that.
All right, Chairman Francis, members of the board. Personnel this evening for information. We have 11 separations from employment, 5 ESS long-term substitutes, 3 student interns, and 9 leave of absences. And then personnel for approval, we've got 15 for employment, 66 employee status changes, 1 leave of absence, 1 contracted service, 9 staff coaches, 13 non-staff coaches, and 9 volunteer services.
Make a motion, we approve personnel as presented.
I hear a second.
Second.
So, Mr. Nesbit. Is that right? Any question or discussion on the motion on the floor? That is the one. Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
I took that one out.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments? There being none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Can I say something now? Yeah. Well,
Chairman,
before you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna make one comment. I was gonna say, thank you, Ms. Swanger. We already got the drug test report. She's
Oh, yeah.
got you on top.
Well, that's what I was doing, Bill, and Miss King, I appreciate the last 10 years
Yeah, thank you.
that you have gave us, and it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
It has. And now, since she's retired, I would like to announce her replacement. Is that fair to say?
It's been approved.
She's been approved.
Okay.
Can I, or can I not? Am I looking at the lawyer,
Yep.
or am I getting yours?
If she's on this list.
Yes, you can,
Is it all right?
Sure.
Okay. Miss Swanger, you may step to the podium.
Yeah. She never said no, it's not right now. She just changed her mind.
While she's, anytime I look over there, I'm looking at you. But I would like to say she will be replacing Miss King. And also, if it wasn't for her, I would have not been able to do what I did just then with all these emotions to approve. But I look forward to working with you on this side. Now,
I look forward to working with you. We know you have some big shoes to fill, but we know you can handle it.
Sure
We
do.
look forward to all the help you'll have for us along the way. We need lots of it.
You gotta put up with us all real tough.
Congratulations.
so now we're going to have to find her replacement.
You could have not approved her.
Pulled her name.
Again, thank y'all again.
Time you need to talk about compensation, you have to cover for him when he's not here.
It was included in the original motion. The budget amendment was, according to Mr. Phillips, was included, bid for.
Yeah, it was part of the,
It was part of that.
yeah.
Thank you, 'cause we don't want to be sitting here. Okay, there being nothing else to come before the board, meeting adjourned.